Come wrap a witch's broom inspired piece with me. So fall is coming up. I know it's not here yet, but it's coming. And when it does, you want to be prepared and ready to go out. You can either purchase from me or you can make your own if you're doing wire wraps. Look at this, how cool. And it's simple, it's fun. You can do, I think it was Aura kyanite or peacock kyanite. I don't remember the names of the other ones, but this is black kyanite. And the other ones with the colors are going to be dyed. They're going to be coated. But they're so pretty. Some people really like the coated ones. I'm going to be doing fall leaves. I'm going to be doing pumpkins. But right now I am working on a black kyanite broom. So, which is inspired. So I have 21 gauge. I have 26 gauge. What I did was wrap 2 times on one wire and then go around twice. And for both of the 2 wires. So now we're following that pattern around. There's so many different ways and so many different styles, but this is how I do it because you want it to be secure because your kyanites are not going to be, like these ones are so irregular. They're not the same. They're all different. Some of them have, what I like to work with is the different crevices and all that stuff because you want to make sure it stays. If you don't, then they're not going to stay and they'll fall apart or they'll break. So like this one here has those points. Those can break off too. So you just got to be gentle when you work with these, and when you're wearing them too, they can break and fall out if you pull on them and you're continuing to mess with them. So I would leave those alone. I think I'm going to use this one. I already have the other 2 that are like thicker. Maybe someone wants a little bit thinner. So how I do this is I wrap it very tight underneath where maybe one of those crevices are to make sure that first part, because your bottom's the most important. You don't want to have it loose at the bottom because that's where it's going to fall, or even the top. So you want to make sure no matter what you're doing, it's secure. So I wrapped it twice around there tight using that design that I started with because you want a little bit of fun flair on there as well. So I have a little back left. So I'm going to go around. I wrap it around the big part. Actually, I might do, yeah, you just kind of go with the flow of it. That way you can make sure it's going to stay secure on that piece. Because if you don't go under the right pieces, it will just fall right off, and you don't want that. So what I did was I wrapped it twice. It almost looks like 3 times, but it's like 2.5 times to make sure it's secure. I like leaving that top up. That's where I'm going to make the broom look, the handle part. So I don't go too high. I know some people go like real up high and stuff like that, but it's bendable. You don't want to do all that. Like this is very, very sturdy. I can yank and I can pull on this. If you need to bend your wires in the back, do so. That way it's more secure. It's beautiful on one side and maybe not as beautiful on the other side. So where this one has like the wires tucked in, they could wear them that way too if they want. So now I'm going to take the 21 gauge square wire, the 2 pieces that are up, and I'm going to wrap it as many times as I need to give it that look, that handle look that you want. So when you put your chain inside of it, that bail is just high enough. I want to spread out energy, good energy. Like I posted a video earlier today about how someone made that comment. It looks like the comment got deleted or they took it down. But regardless, like I'm going to have those people that don't agree with me, but that's the point in the world. If we all thought the same, how boring would it be? If you thought it was lazy or if you thought it was however, like, oh well, you know, I've been doing this for almost 5 years. I haven't even told you guys half the comments people have made to me, made fun of my prices, the things I've made. Like, it's just sad out there. Art is different. It's supposed to be controversial. That's why it's amazing, because it's all of our visions, what we see and how we see the world. Like, if art was all the same, what's the point? It's not really called art then. Are we going to call it copying? Like, I don't know. I don't understand. But the cool thing is, I have on my page, I just added a section that says tutorials. That way you can look at the tutorials that I have. They're more of like miniature tutorials. They're not all the way, like every single step, but soon I will be having some other tutorials. I might have some ones that you pay for, depending on how difficult they are, because I do take a lot of time on some of these to really make the piece whole. You know, like my lockets, they're not easy to make. They take probably, like someone that's learning how to make them, it could take you 2 to 3 days. But if you're, maybe you're more advanced, it could take you 4 or 5 hours, but it takes a lot of time in getting the key just right, or the way it opens just right. I don't know if someone's trying to come in. Who knows? Probably. Got 3 kids. They're all watching a little bit of TV today. So we're going to have some fun later. So you can do it about I would say about that high there, if you want, or a little less. I might have went a little too high because I was talking and got distracted. That happens. So I'm going to leave this wire here in case I need to attach it to anything. So we'll see. But your point is to hold it a little tighter. That way you know your wires are going to stay and they're pretty firm. And you don't want to make them loose because it is all about how tight you put them on, because these stones are very fragile. And not only fragile, they're also harder to work with. For me, at least, because of the shape and the way I'm wrapping them, because this could slide right off. So sometimes I get distracted on things I say, just don't mind me. I'm going to wrap it. So what I did was I tightened it here, so that way you have your nice bail, and I squished right here so I can put a design on the front so it doesn't look like that if you don't like that. But I had to squeeze it on there because you want the tightness on these stones, because again, the wire will just slide right off, and there you go. And then your client has a piece on the floor that they absolutely loved. So you don't want that to happen. I've tested these out. I love the way I make them. There's so many other ways to wrap. You can add stones. You can add like spooky charms. I've seen other people do it other ways where they have all this extra, like the spider web beads, stuff like that. It's beautiful. So I went just a little bit down. I'm going to clip this wire off because I don't need it anymore. I just want it to be as secure as possible on here. So now you have the two in the back that I did, and you're going to take that one side that you use the bail, take the other side and wrap them the opposite ways. Give it a fun little detail in the front. And if it's not secure enough, you can weave on little pieces of wire, give it that like weaved look, however you want to do it. So make sure when you come around the back, since everyone's going to be a little different, your back's going to all look a little bit different. So I'm going to take them in and I'm going to cut them a little bit. I'm going to have to do where I tuck the wire in the back of the piece here. And so I'm going to cut it a little bit shorter, and I'm just going to do a nice little tuck. I may run out of time on this video, but we'll see. And if you need a better up-close video of not my face and just my hands working with the piece, let me know, because this is going to be a really, really fun piece to add to your collection. I did see on my other video, too, where someone commented about the best way to do it is to learn by yourself. It was, but I wasted a lot of money doing it. I have my own designs, my own taste and flavors and ways that I like to do my pieces now, because I did learn on my own, but it would have been nice at the beginning, even just to learn the different weaves. I still don't even know the names. I just did it and went for it. You know, I mean, it's really nice. Like, I picked up crocheting. I have no idea why. Oh, we're still really zoomed in. Hello. That's really cool. Does it zoom out? There we go. You got to see my face. It zooms in on TikTok now. Anyways, okay, look. So when we move this, does it move a lot? No, it doesn't. It's very, very, I like this shape a lot. This is actually a lot easier to work with. So here's the front so far. And now what to do with these other pieces of wire hanging down in the back. So you could tuck them like I did the other one on the same piece of wire, or you could follow through. I'm not sure yet what exactly I'm going to do. I might just, I may just use this wire here and open it a little bit, and that way I can tuck them in that same wire right down the middle of the other two that I did. So that'll be fun. And then you're going to have a completed piece. And I'll show you in just a second. I'm going to antique these to make them give that rustic look, because I like that for Halloween. I will be doing leaf ones. And this one did not take very long, and it's really just such a great addition to your spooky holiday fun pieces. There we go. And your piece is complete. It's very sturdy. Let's see. I'll turn it around real quick so you can see the ending piece. I hope you enjoyed. Here we are. So this is the ending piece. Everything is secured. I'll go slow. That way you can kind of make yours your own, but kind of how I did it as well. Very simple, but effective. So what I'm going to show you here is the 3 different ones that I did. They all have their own little taste, their own little features to them. I can add beads to the top, the sides if I want to. Here we are. Let me know if you try one. Tag me in it. I want to see all the different ones. I love fall. I love Halloween. Oh my goodness. Holidays are my favorite thing to wake up to. I'm telling you what. We have so much fun. So many fun events to go to. I do the pumpkin festival too. That's coming up.